to the AloKarma podcast, featuring the series of Hidden Heroes Spotlight Black Excellence. Here, I report on a variety of hidden heroes who are living in their purpose to advance, heal, protect, and advocate for the BIPOC community, highlighting historical figures and present-day heroes alike. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In this episode, I'm going to be speaking about a living goddess. A living goddess. In honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, this episode is going to highlight Dr. Hadiyah-Nicole Green. Dr. Green is phenomenal. She's doing wonderful work. She is on a journey to curing cancer. When I first learned of her, it was on social media. There was these clips going around on Instagram and Facebook. Woman finds cure to cancer. And here's this beautiful sister speaking about her horrendous experience with cancer. She sat down with Roland Martin in a 2016 interview to discuss the challenges that she experienced taking care of both her aunt and her uncle who were dying of cancer. She detailed that her aunt, quote, would rather die than experience the side effects of chemotherapy. And her uncle went through chemotherapy, and she watched how it destroyed his body. After having this horrific experience, it motivated Dr. Green to pursue a PhD in physics. She took her expertise, she took her own knowledge from her previous studies, combined it with her physics degree, and thought of a clever idea of why not try to cure this with laser technology. And so she did. She performed the test, she took a chance, and had remarkable results. So now she's at a stage where she needs funding for her research so that she can create human clinical trials and bring this groundbreaking, phenomenal research to actual cancer patients. If you'd like to support her, you want to check her website out, Orig.org, and support the Orly Smith Foundation. Donate directly to that foundation in order to support her. Someone very close to me is experiencing the horrors of cancer. To know that there's a sister out here who is working to eliminate that suffering is beautiful. And I think more people need to be aware and more people need to support her. Hadiyah-Nicole Green's research is so special, it's so important, because I trust that once she is able to get the funding that she needs and to put together a facility and treat cancer patients, I trust that being that she is a sister, all of those additional issues that people of color experience in the medical system, I'm confident that Hadiyah is going to have a strong team of bright, professional, empathic individuals to just transform the medical industry. These healthcare professionals, they lack the proper abilities to handle people of color with proper care. And especially in the region where I live, most of the doctors and the nurses, they don't know how to deal with people with disabilities. They don't know how to deal with people who speak a different language. They don't know how to operate with the sensitivity to care for any community who is not native to this country, and English is not their first language. Here where I live, there's just a lack of sensitivity. There's a lack of proper care. The bureaucracy and all of the red tape, the politics in the medical industry, it just makes for people who are disenfranchised to just experience horror, as if cancer isn't already horrific enough. Drawing from that aspect of it, I definitely support Dr. Hadiyah-Nicole Green, and will be shouting her name from the rooftops over on the AloKarma Palace, AloKarma podcast. I will be following her work, following her journey. Please make sure you follow her socials. Support her Cancer Research Foundation. Like I said, Ora Lee Smith. The website is oralee.org. Follow her on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I will be plugging her information in the description box. I'm going to share with you her interview with Roland Martin, as well as her update from March of 2023, speaking about where she is with helping cure cancer. Thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next episode of Hidden Hero Spotlight, Black Excellence.
My aunt, who raised me from age 4, right after I graduated from undergrad at Alabama A&M University, she announced that she had woman's cancer, so either cervical or ovarian. And she said that she would rather die than experience the side effects of chemotherapy and radiation. I took care of her the last 3 months of her life. 3 months after she passed, my uncle, who raised me from age 4, was diagnosed with esophageal cancer. He said that he would go through the treatments. His doctors gave him 3 months to live. I nursed him back, and he lived another 10 years.
Wow.
But I watched him and took care of him as he went through chemotherapy and radiation. I watched him lose 150 pounds, all of his hair, his eyelashes, his eyebrows. I watched his fingernails turn black. And I saw how his skin went from being a beautiful chocolate to looking like it had been burnt in an oven or barbecued. It was horrific. I got to experience firsthand the horrors of cancer and the horrors of cancer treatment. And I said, there has to be a better way. So I took my undergraduate experiences with research that were based in optical communications and lasers, and I was planning on revolutionizing the way we receive internet and cable TV. And then I said, if we can see from a satellite in outer space, if a dime on the ground is face up or face down, we should be able to do a better job pinpointing the tumor and treating just the tumor and not the whole person. If there was something that I was born to do, maybe this was it. And if other people were going to do it, it would have been done already. So I took it upon myself and pursued a PhD in physics specifically to develop this treatment. And I spent 5 years in his lab developing my idea. And when I started to demonstrate what I was doing with laser-activated nanoparticles in mice, and I got the first results, the tumor shrank so fast that nobody believed it. That's when they thought I was crazy. And I was like, no, the tumor was the size of a chickpea, and now it's gone. And everybody was like, yeah, right. And I'm like, I didn't take pictures, so I had to go back.
You always got to have evidence.
Right. So I had to go back and repeat the experiments a couple of times to make sure that I documented exactly what happened and the tumor regression that I induced after a single 10-minute treatment with these laser-activated nanoparticles. And the results were remarkable. The beauty in what I've done, if you can see on the top left-hand corner, this is before the laser and nanoparticle treatment.
Okay.
And then this is right after the nanoparticle and laser treatment. And you see how the scar starts to heal. And at the end of the 15 days, there's barely a scar left. I was like, oh my God, honey, I shrunk the tumor. And then my advisor told me, nobody wants a cancer treatment that doesn't incorporate a drug. It'll never see the light of day. Go back to the drawing board. So I went back to the drawing board and incorporated what people are calling immunotherapy and used an antibody that's already FDA approved for treating head and neck cancer and colorectal cancer. And I used that antibody as the delivery vehicle to deliver my nanoparticles to the site of the tumor. And I added a fluorescent tag, so you have a 3-in-1 system, a 3-in-1 platform that can target, image, and treat, that's minimally invasive, that doesn't have the observed side effects of chemotherapy and radiation. And after a single 10-minute treatment with that platform, there's 40% reduction in the tumor volume over 2 days. The beauty in that is that without the laser-activated nanoparticles, those same antibodies that's already FDA approved, it takes months to get that kind of result. So we're talking about enhancing the time of therapy, reducing the costs, reducing the side effects. And this is something, for me, was near and dear to my heart, simply because I didn't think anybody else should have to experience what my aunt and uncle went through.
I'm Dr. Hadiyah-Nicole Green, physicist, innovator, and founder of the Ora Lee Smith Cancer Research Foundation. I want to take a moment to say thank you to all of my new followers and welcome to Team Ora Lee. Thank you to all of my volunteers. Thank you to each person who has donated to help take the technology I developed that has already shown complete elimination of human cancer in laboratory mice in just one 10-minute treatment over the course of 15 days with no chemo, no radiation, no surgery, and no observed side effects. Many cancer patients have been in my DMs, all in my inboxes, everywhere. This message is to the cancer patients. I know you need me. Trust and believe that I am trying my very best. My team and I are trying our very best to offer the technology to help you as soon as possible. We are still in the fundraising stages and are not yet offering human clinical trials as of March 23rd, 2023. This could change in an instant. We have raised almost $2.5 million of the first $10 million that we need to fund human clinical trials. You can track our progress at oralee.org/fundraising. There are tips and suggestions and resources available and details about where we are in our journey right now at oralee.org/clinical trials. When the human clinical trials are available, please know that we will put it all over so you can know how to sign up, where to sign up, and everything will be fully transparent. The reason why it is difficult to find out information about the human clinical trials right now is because it is not yet available only due to a lack of funding. All of the reasons why I do not have the funding yet are things that you can probably guess. At this point, what is helpful is for people to donate directly through my nonprofit at oralee.org. If you are international, go to the drop-down menu at oralee.org. You can also Cash App and Venmo at Ora Lee Foundation.